Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 19th. We're just going to jump right in here, Scorpio. You have this magic card and this prosperity card. Love it. There definitely could be some prosperity coming in for you. It's probably going to be coming in through a change in direction with that Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles, to me, he's like looking at those seven pentacles and he's saying, is the juice worth the squeeze? Like basically if he's, in work or business or whatever it is you do for money, you could be like saying to yourself, or maybe I kind of feel like this is something that you've already been thinking about, where it's like you're saying to yourself, like, is it really worth it for me to stay where I am, or is there something better? So I kind of feel like those are the questions that you're asking yourself right now. Like, is there something better that I could be doing with my life? Is there something that will make me more money or whatever? Right away, you have multiple sevens here, three. Multiple sevens to me represents internal fears that don't exist. So, for some of you, you could be having a lot of fears or like worries or concerns about whether or not, you're going to be successful, or whether or not you're going to find something to do, or, whatever the case may be. So I do feel you need to overcome success. I don't know if you saw that, but I moved this deck and this card came flying out of it, the Five of Wands. So you could be conflicted, but with the Seven of Pentacles, there needs to be some sort of change here. I feel like this is what needs to change right here, because going Seven of Swords down to the Five of Swords, Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is a card of, needing to believe that you deserve something, needing to believe that, it basically says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. It's also a card of like poverty mindset as well. So needing to make sure that you kind of tell yourself that you deserve to have something that you deserve. It doesn't even have to be financial, although I do feel this is a very like strong financial reading. There's a lot of stuff here that's pointing towards you gaining in prosperity, becoming more abundant or more successful in business with the Eight of Pentacles. You have the Four of Swords as well. The Four of Swords is a card of recovery. It's also a card of blessings. There's a person like right up here in this stained glass window. If it wants to focus, they are blessing another person. So I feel like for some of you, you're hoping or praying to receive like a blessing in your life, or some sort of blessing. Again, probably based off this reading, I would say it's like a financial blessing that you're hoping for. You have the Four of Cups, a lot of disappointments, like everyone else. I feel like, to be quite honest with you, I feel like we've been in a time of disappointments where it's like we try to get something, maybe we try to work towards something and it just doesn't work out. Just like the time that we're in, especially for water signs. We have Saturn and Pisces, and Saturn and Pisces isn't always the easiest, and because you're a water sign, you're probably gonna feel that Saturn and Pisces energy more than everyone else. Except for Pisces. I'm a Pisces. I totally get it, but I feel like things maybe are just requiring more work and requiring more effort. But it looks to me like something's about to change. So I do feel like you are about to be rewarded. Again, you have that prosperity card, the magic card. So let's see what this is talking about here, Scorpio. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Chariot, which is like a victory. So I do feel like there are victories coming in for you. Chariot is also about setting yourself apart. Normally behind the chariot driver, he has that city behind him, and he's leaving that city behind. So it's like he's going somewhere so that he can set himself apart. He's leaving what he has always known so that he can be more unique, so that he can be different. And we look, like right here. Are you kidding? Knight of Wands, going on adventure. Three of Wands, needing to go on an adventure. So there you go. With the Four of Swords, you have the Three of Cups. I kind of feel like you need some resting, relaxing time for sure here. Again, especially if you're feeling that Saturn energy, right? I feel like some of you, if you need a rest, take a rest. If you need a break, then take a break. Even this morning, I've been waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm trying some sort of new daily routine, right? But this morning I was like, nope, not getting out of bed, right? I stayed in bed. I slept for like 10 hours. I feel way better. So, again, I don't like force myself to do things, right? And, especially if I'm not feeling it. So I needed extra rest. I took it. And I kind of feel that energy for you here, Scorpio, with that Four of Swords. Like if you need extra rest, take the extra rest. If you need a break, take a break. It'll be way more worth it. With the Four of Cups, you have the Nine of Cups, some sort of wish fulfillment here. It's like this is what you're hoping for, really, with the Four of Cups here. It's like you're hoping for fulfillment. You're hoping to feel fulfilled in like work or business or love, whatever, take it how it resonates. Nine of Cups is a card that says you have had something before. You know, I would say on the Nine of Cups, there's a guy, and he's meant to look chubby on the Nine of Cups because it says, like, he's about to have a feast, but he's had a feast before. So it kind of says to me, like, you know, going this way, I feel like you need to realize that it's like you've had something that you wanted before. And it's going to be a lot easier to manifest it in your life again. But I feel like you just need to, like, match the energy of, that's the magic part with that magic card, right? Next, in the area of what you need to hear right now, you have this koala spirit. It says spirit has a plan. You have this rabbit spirit says now is a lucky time. So clearly luck is on your side here, Scorpio. And I feel like you could be taking some big leaps as well towards things that could make you very successful. You have the Knight of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the Hermit. I would definitely be careful if you've had like a lying, cheating, stealing energy here, of course. You know, like this could be a person who's inconsistent, who kind of like comes in and out of your life. I would, you know, definitely be careful of that person if you have a person like that in your life. I would avoid them. I would make sure to cut them out at all cost here. But, you know, other than that, you know, again, that card says now is a lucky time. So the Knight of Wands is a card of like embracing mystery. It's a card of going on an adventure and kind of like digging into things that are maybe mysterious to you as well. So I feel like some of you, it's like you need to embrace the mystery. I feel like you need to, you know, kind of move towards your desires. I also feel like you need to be more flexible as well. The Knight of Wands is very spontaneous. He sets out to do something. He doesn't care how he gets there. He just wants to accomplish a goal. And you have the Seven of Swords. So outside of lying, cheating, stealing, the Seven of Swords can just represent doing things in a different way. It's a card of tactics. He is stealing those swords from an army in the background. So, you know, he's like going to war, but in a different way. He's stealing the swords so they can't be used against him in battle. And I feel like for a lot of you, this whole entire row is saying that there are probably some tactical ways that you could do something you want, like starting a business or starting a relationship, whatever it is, doesn't matter. And I feel like you need to like brainstorm it. You have the Hermit. I kind of get like, I don't know, I hear this like weird word, like double suffering or something like that is popping into my head. It's almost as if you've already been through a dark night of the soul here, Scorpio. And I feel like the universe is like saying, you don't have to do it again. You know, it's like you've been through the challenges, you've learned what you needed to do, and now it's time to like pull your head out of your, you know, butt and realize that you don't have to repeat a cycle. You don't have to like repeat some sort of tough lesson that you learned. And I don't know, I'm hoping we get more detail on that when we clarify here, because I'm not really getting a lot on it other than like I feel like the universe is saying like, okay, like you've been through something. Like we see this twice here and also here. You know, very similar energy. He needs to take a leap of faith on the Three of Wands. You know, Three of Wands is my card that says like, what are you waiting for? In the Hermit, you know, the story of the Hermit is that his feet are frozen at the top of that mountain, and he could easily take his lantern, put it down by his feet, and he would be set free. So, you know, there's something here in this reading about, like, needing to set yourself free or something like that. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Queen of Swords. You see clearly now, right? If you had an inconsistent person in your life, I feel like you see clearly what happened in that situation. Queen of Swords sees clearly for the first time. And I also feel she normally has her back to the past. You have two cards that have their back to the past. Chariot driver, he normally has the city behind him. He's got his back to the past. He's going towards the future. The Three of Wands is a card of future. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Three of Wands twice here in this reading now. Three of Wands, again, is a card of foresight, like seeing the future. And so for a lot of you, I feel like you imagine this much better future that you could have. And I feel like it's time to start taking the steps towards the better future. You know, with the Hermit, you have the Seven of Wands. You also have the Seven of Wands twice going this way. Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It says when you know that something will be successful, like when you truly believe that you will be successful deep down inside, that's where you will truly be successful. So you have to believe something very deeply with the Seven of Wands. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this card that says, challenge yourself to be stronger than your challenges. Yes, I think that's what this whole entire reading is getting at here. You have this card that says, travel as much as you can. This will add dimension to your life. Yes, so some of you could literally be traveling. You could also be traveling in your mind as well. So, you know, you don't have to like physically travel. Traveling could also be educating yourself. You know, when we educate ourselves, we are going on an adventure, and that's also popping into my head. So I feel for a lot of you, you know, that's kind of like what this is talking about here. But I do feel like you need to challenge yourself at this time. You have the Three of Wands, the Seven of Wands, and the Five of Pentacles. The Three of Wands is a card of, you know, kind of what are you waiting for? It says, now is the time. Take action. A lot of people read the Three of Wands as your ships coming in, which it totally can represent. But, really the story of the Three of Wands is that he's looking out at that water, but it's golden in color. It almost looks like the desert. And so he thinks that he's looking at the desert, but really, when he looks closer, he sees those ships. So those ships kind of represent an opportunity to go on an adventure, an opportunity that he does not want to miss out on. So I kind of feel that there could be an opportunity coming in for you this week that you do not want to miss. It's like something that you really want here. Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is like being very sure of yourself. Like I said, it's a card of conviction. It's a card of defending your position at the top of a hill. But I kind of feel like there's something that you believe you deserve in life. And I feel like, number one, if you believe it, then it's true. And, I feel that the Seven of Wands is saying that it's like you're starting to believe more. And I feel like you're committed to having something. I also feel the more committed you are to having something that you want, the more likely it is that you will have it. So again, it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy here or something like that, where, I feel like the more you believe something, the more likely it is that it will happen. So I feel like you need to do that. I also do feel that you could be defending yourself from this past person if you had a past inconsistent person. You have the Five of Pentacles here. Five of Pentacles, like feeling left out in the cold. I do feel like some of you were like blindsided by a person here. Like going this way, it's like probably a person who ran away, or, could have just been someone who was a liar, cheater, stealer, who was toxic. It's like, but I feel like you don't have to, it's almost like popping into my head with this Five of Pentacles that you're both out in the cold. I feel like they feel left out in the cold. You feel left out in the cold, but it's almost like they're like way down here. I feel like you need to be up here. I feel like this is saying by staying out in the cold, it's like you're allowing them to, this isn't the right word, but it's like you're allowing them to control you or something, Scorpio. So I feel like you need to realize that you deserve a lot better, especially if you had a person who did you dirty here. Five of Pentacles specifically says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. He has this bell around his neck here. During the times of tarot, like, lepers had to wear bells around their necks so that people would know when they were coming down the street. So it basically says, like, do not call attention to your weaknesses. Focus on your strengths. Let's see where this is going here. You have the Seven of Cups wanting to pop out there. I don't take pop outs, but it is interesting. I feel like you need to focus with that Queen of Swords. With the Three of Wands, you have the Six of Swords. Yeah, definitely moving across choppy waters. You have the Hermit and you have the Six of Swords. Both cards can represent experiencing a rite of passage, going through something to get to the other side so that you can improve your life. And the Six of Swords is good, but it's not necessarily easy. So I feel for a lot of you, you are kind of like going across choppy waters, or maybe this is how you feel that you've been going across choppy waters. I feel like you're leaving something behind as well with the Six of Swords, but it's like you are, I feel like you are getting to the calmer shores. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Justice card. Very interesting. A lot of like, I don't know, a lot of karmic correction going on at this time. It seems to me like people are either getting karmic correction or, people are seeing maybe past people get karma as well. So again, I don't know, some of you could be like seeing your past person getting some karma. It could just be confirmation for you as well. So I definitely feel that. I also feel like you are looking at past situations and it's almost like you have this, point system in your head. I don't know, kind of like a weird message. I feel like you could be looking at someone and saying like, well, what, they really only ever put like 10 points into a relationship and I put 100. So I'm looking for a person that puts 100 in. It's like you have this, I feel like you have a much better, I don't know, kind of a weird message. I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't be keeping track of things like that necessarily. But, again, I feel you are more focused on like what a person, brings to a relationship. And it's like you're not, kind of settling. With the Five of Pentacles, yes, you have the Four of Cups. You can see that those 3 cups are pouring into 1 cup. This is from the White Sage Tarot. I love this deck and I love this card. This Four of Cups. It's kind of interesting as well that you have you start with the 4 cups and the 9 of Cups, and then you have the 4 cups over here. This 4 cups in the White Sage Tarot, it's like much more about fulfillment. Those 3 cups are pouring into 1 cup, so I feel like a lot of you could be getting into a much more fulfilling connection in the future, and that's probably what you are focusing on. Next, you have, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Observer card, and you have this Mending card. I feel this reading is saying that you are going through like a deep healing at this time, and I also feel like you are much more aware with that observer card of like what you need to be working on, what you need to be paying attention to so that you can like live a better life, or so that you can experience more of what you want to experience. You have the Eight of Pentacles, the Strength card, and the Queen of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is a card that says, it's about hard work. So, I feel like you're putting in the work, mastering, really I feel like you're mastering yourself with the Eight of Pentacles. Normally, it represents like mastering a craft or, becoming good at something. And I do feel like some of you could be doing that. But really, as far as work or business is concerned, I really see a lot of you kind of looking at everything that you've worked on in your life, and you could be funneling it into one thing. Kind of a weird message, but I feel like some of you, it's like you're, I feel like you understand where to put your energy. Let's put it that way. So, but I also feel like you've had a lot of experiences in work and business for those of you that want to work or want to make more money. And I feel like you're finally taking those experiences and you're putting them into one thing, if that makes sense. Like it could be a business, or you could be starting a YouTube channel, or you could be, just getting a job that uses your skills better. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here with this Eight of Pentacles. Whatever it is, I feel like it's a big opportunity. I really was getting some sort of feeling of like an opportunity coming in for you in this reading. I think I said that earlier. It might have been on the Three of Wands. I don't exactly remember where I said it, but I think, or like the second row, I said it, where I get this feeling of like a big opportunity coming in for you. And again, you're going to want to take it, whatever it is. You have the Strength card. It's something you've been waiting for. And again, the Strength card is another card of you working on yourself. This lion has its tail tucked between its legs, and that lady is taming that lion. But it's like that lion represents her inner voice, her inner critic. It's something that she has to do every single day. So I feel for a lot of you, you've been kind of, taming your inner beast, and now you are coming out on top is really what I feel here. Both of these cards to me can represent like personal development. So I feel you've been doing a lot of like work on yourself. You have the Queen of Pentacles as well. Definitely increasing your resources. I feel a lot of you are very focused on increasing your resources just in general. This could be your time, your energy, and we kind of talked about this at the beginning of the reading. I feel it would be a good time to like focus on yourself, take care of yourself, rest, recover, so that you have enough energy to, grab on to some sort of opportunity. Let's see. With the Eight of Pentacles, yes, you have the Ace of Swords. Definitely a victory coming in for you. Chariot, this card in this top row here. I do also, I would be careful of someone coming in to tell the truth here. I kind of get the feeling that there could be a past person who's coming in wanting to tell the truth, which is great. Maybe they want closure or whatever, but at the same time, I feel like this person's kind of up to no good, that Knight of Wands energy. So if you had a Knight of Wands type person, I would definitely, someone who is in and out, inconsistent, I would definitely be careful here. But I do feel there's like a big victory in an opportunity that you will be taking advantage of. With the Strength card, you have the Lovers. Again, I feel like you've developed yourself to a point in love. There is something here about love. It's a very weird reading because it's like I don't feel like love is coming in this week. I mean, it's always possible. This is just a general reading, but maybe it's just not your focus or something like that. I don't feel love in the reading necessarily. But again, I feel like you could be attracting love in the future, or, again, I feel this is kind of with a Strength card. It's really saying that you've done the work on yourself, or you've done a certain amount of work that, is going to lead to love or connection or whatever you want to call it. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Pentacles. It is crazy. Cancer had, I think, exactly the same combination. Queen of Pentacles with the Ten of Pentacles in the last position, which is nuts. But what I would say here is I feel like this is what everyone is focusing on, except my camera. Am I right? But, what I would say here is that the Ten of Pentacles is building, leaving a legacy. So I feel with all the energy in Taurus, Jupiter and Uranus more specifically, I would say we are all focused on kind of like building, leaving a legacy, doing something important. And again, this is something that takes a long time. You don't just build and leave a legacy. It doesn't happen overnight. This is something that you will work on for the rest of your life. But again, I feel that the universe is really encouraging people to work on something, have some sort of, purpose, or building, leaving a legacy, whatever you want to call it, something important, something that's bigger than you, right? And I think we're all being asked to build something like that in our lives, especially Pluto and Aquarius. Pluto and Aquarius is all about inspiration. It's all about being a good example. So with Pluto and Aquarius, if we're just a good example to one person, if we do something that is like hard in life and one person is inspired because of that, then we're done. We've done the work, right? So again, if you're one of those people that's like, what's my spiritual purpose? I would say just what I said. Do something that's inspirational to at least one person. You have this boot card. I didn't even read it. It says increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. Yes, I would definitely increase your efforts. I'm not saying that you're not working hard, but again, Saturn and Pisces is not necessarily easy, and you just have to put the work in. You have this caterpillar card. It says, things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Yes. I think I kind of said this at the beginning of your reading, Scorpio. I get that feeling of, just like, it's like the same thing over and over and over again, right? And I feel like you're trying to leave that energy behind. You have this pin. It says, new job, new career. Yes, definitely. It's written all over this reading. There is a change in work or career and a much better opportunity coming in for you. So for those of you that work, definitely very good. And same thing with business as well. But, again, what I think is important here is it's like you're taking whatever you're doing. I think if you're wondering, like, what am I doing? It's like it's a bunch of your skills that you have, and you're like putting it all together. I hope that makes sense. You have this knot card. It says unsuccessful plans. I feel like for some of you that this right here, the Knight of Wands, where was it? Oh, this right here, the Chariot, Seven of Swords, Five of Pentacles. It's like you could have had unsuccessful plans with a person. I feel like the universe is like trying to say like, hey, this didn't work out for a reason. I feel like you have kind of healed, and the universe is saying like, now it's time to like move on. It's like that situation is at a low level, and I feel like it's time for you to level up is what this is saying. You have this hammock card. It says take a vacation physically or mentally. We talked all about rest, right? So anything you can do to rest, relax, recover, heal, all those things would be great for you. I always look at readings like this as kind of boring because, it's just like, I don't know, it's not very exciting. It's like, oh, rest, relax, recover. Like, okay, great. I do feel like it's very lucky, a lucky time. And I do feel like there's like a lucky break coming in for you with that rabbit spirit, but it's something you're going to have to grab onto. And I feel like it's a collection of things, it's how it keeps popping into my head. It's almost like you've had all these experiences and now they're all adding up. It's like you're finally connecting the dots. Maybe that's a better way to put it. Looks pretty good though, Scorpio. It's like boring, but good is what I would say. So, there you go. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. And definitely enjoy your week.